Yeah. Woo. All right, we are live on YouTube. How is everyone doing today? How are you all doing today? It is a perfect 70 degrees at the trail today. That's what the outside temperature gauge read in my vehicle, my car. I couldn't ask for any better day than today. Just awesome. The sun is out. It's not too hot, not too cold. Light breeze. The perfect conditions for a beautiful walk today, and I'm going to take you folks along with me on this walk. And we have another great topic to discuss here today that should be, I guess, common sense, that should be understood, especially by grown adults. But even many grown adults nowadays just don't get this. And if they just learn to understand these simple concepts that I teach, it can change your life forever in far better ways than you're already living it, right? Now, before we get to the show today, and before we get to some, maybe some community news, some updates and stuff like that, I want to remind everyone that effective yesterday, most, if not all, of my live stream chats have gone to members-only chats. That means the stream is still publicly available for anyone to view free of charge. But if you want to chat in my live stream chats from this point on, you're going to have to purchase at least the $2.99 monthly membership package on my channel. That will allow you to chat. Now, if you want to get, the rest of my members-only content, such as pre-recorded videos and members-only live streams and members-only live stream replays, typically I would do those from the studio. You can't actually do members-only live streams from mobile. You can only do members-only chats. If you want to get those, there's somebody coming, I'm going to wait. You're going to have to purchase at least the $4.99 membership package. I have packages ranging all the way up to $99.99. But the $4.99 package and anything between that and the $99.99 package will get you everything. The pre-recorded members-only videos, the members-only live streams and members-only live stream replays, and the members-only chat videos that are publicly available, but the chat is for members only. There are your options. They're very affordable, and if you truly value my content, if you valued my content for free, and you've enjoyed participating with my free content, $3 a month is not going to break the bank. And it will also show me that you are a serious student, not only a serious student, but a serious participant that believes in yourself, and you believe in personal development, and you believe in positivity. So just wanted to mention that in case you're here live, or if you're on the replay and you would like to participate in future live stream chats, you're going to have to make a membership purchase. Now, if you don't want to purchase a membership and you just want to hang around and make an occasional message every now and then, you can still super chat if you're a non-member. The $ at the bottom of the chat will allow you to send a super chat or a super sticker. Super stickers won't allow you to type a message, so you're going to want to send a super chat. And that's one way to chat without having a membership. And I also want to make it very clear that channel members and super chats are still subject to YouTube's community guidelines and my own personal guidelines and rules for my channel. So, to people out there are lots of people that play games that like to bypass rules and systems just to kind of try to get to you get a reaction. You violate my rules or YouTube's rules, channel membership or not, super chat or not, donation or not, you will be terminated immediately by myself or this beautiful lady that just actually posted there in the chat. Hey all, happy hump day. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally is in the house. That's my lady, my lovely lady. So folks, yeah, my lady's actually going to be coming over tonight just for one night because we have some business to deal with early in the morning that was going to be dealt with today. We had an appointment with someone, and we tried to do this via three-way call, her at my place, her at her place, me at my place, and the third party, involved. And it just didn't work out, so we had to reschedule that appointment to tomorrow morning. So my lady's going to be coming over later tonight, and she even told me she's going to bring me dinner. I'm like, wow, that's very kind of you, baby. Thank you. Thank you, baby. And you know what? I told her, I'm going to let you do that. Just go ahead and bring me dinner, baby. I'm not going to argue anymore. I love this woman. She loves me. It's the same thing, right? Whether it comes out of my pocket or hers, it'll probably eventually come out of my pocket either way. So what the fuck, right? I'm just kidding, baby. Baby, listen. You gotta let me laugh at these things because this modern world, this crazy modern world that we all live in nowadays is unlike anything we've ever seen. And while you're more of an old school, old-fashioned type of woman, you've still been indoctrinated into this modern world, baby. You're still a modern woman. So, it's just interesting. And by the way, very soon, I'm not going to mention when I'm going to do it because I don't want to be late. I haven't been scheduling a lot of streams lately, just been going live. You're going to want to subscribe and bang the bell and select all notifications to Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live streams because, I'm going to be doing a stream regarding women are choosing to be married to their jobs instead of a man. Or women are choosing to be married to their careers instead of a man. And it's true. And I've got 3 great blogs I'm going to be going over as supporting documentation. But I've experienced this hands-on during my single days while I was trying to find a good match before I found this wonderful lady I'm with that knows how to balance her work and personal life. I will say, baby, even when you were working in retail management, I was very impressed and still am very impressed with how well you balanced your personal life and your work. Like you always went out of your way to make effort for me. You always wanted to see me no matter how tired you were, no matter how much you were working. And I was just, trying to give you space so you can rest and recover, but you would still make effort, even though I didn't expect you to make even half the effort that you've made. So, my lady, I'm probably going to end up doing that show without my lady. And then part 3 of the Millennial series that my lady have been doing together, we're going to be doing that show very soon, sometime this week. So you're going to want to subscribe, bang the bell, and select the notifications to Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live streams. Nightbot's been sharing the link in the chat every 7 minutes, or just go to youtube.com/Coach Eli Uncensored. Let me come over to the side here. Wanted to, a couple people walking side by side, so I want to respect their privacy, or just respect their peace and quiet, right? Once again, Coach Eli 2 can be found at youtube.com/Coach Eli Uncensored. And Speaking of Coach Eli too, there's lots of great content there. The live stream my lady and I did a few days ago regarding trauma dumping, something that was very eye-opening to me, has over 150 views. And if you need something to watch after this show until the next time you get a piece of content from me, check that out. It will open up your eyes. It will open up your eyes and ears, and you will learn things that, even that I didn't know. And you know, when you're 48 years old and you've done as much personal development on yourself as I have, and you've had experience with women and dating and being around people and all that, you think you know it all, right? But you're always going to learn something new each and every day, all the time. And even my stubborn ass, and I am a stubborn ass, I'm not going to lie. It's pretty obvious. If I lied, you'd see right through it. My stubborn ass, when my lady sent me that article, I'm like, we're doing this right away. And I was going to do it myself. And once my lady, once I texted my lady making her aware that I was doing this topic, she's like, I'd like to join you on the panel if you'd like. I'm like, absolutely. Absolutely. It was a great show, so check it out. It's a couple hours long. I believe it's the latest piece of content on Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams. Now, Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams is getting even closer to being monetized. Within a few weeks, we should be monetized. For right now, because we're not monetized, we cannot run members-only live chats there, but once that channel does get monetized, the chats over there will be members-only chats, and the packages will be similar. The membership packages will be similar as you now see here on this channel, my main channel that has been monetized for 2.5 years. But for now, you can chat for free. But there will be a 45-second slow mode, meaning you can type one chat message every 45 seconds. I do that to prevent most spamming and trolling. A lot of trolls like to, it's so hilarious, babe. I've done this before. A lot of trolls, when you block certain words, what they try to do is they try to type one letter at a time and in rapid fire succession, right? Right? Like they'll type out like some naughty word. Let's just say the word is give, just to be, good to the YouTube algorithm, and they'll go G, enter, I, enter, V, enter, E, enter, right? And when you don't have slow mode on and it's publicly wide open, and even if you have block words, it'll just go through. So to combat that, I had to start using slow mode. And as these people started figuring out the slow mode, 10 seconds or 15 seconds, I had to increase the slow mode. So slow mode is now 45 seconds. So you can type one letter or one message per 45 seconds. And instead of getting my chat flooded, instead of flooding my chat, spamming my chat with like 15 messages in like 40 seconds, you can only send one every 45 seconds. So that way, if I have no moderators and I'm doing a show, I'll be able to catch trolls and haters and stupid shit much more closely. So my apologies to those of you that are good people and would want to type a little faster, but honestly, even one message every 45 seconds should be more than enough, in the chat. Here in members only chat mode, I still do have slow mode set, so members only are susceptible to a 15-second slow mode. And I have it set to 15 seconds, in which I will do the same thing on Coach Eli 2 once it gets monetized and we get the members only chat package there as well. Members are going to be less prone to pay to troll. And if one or two pay to troll and they start to spam a little bit, it's still a 15-second chat or slow mode chat. And at least they're paying to troll. If you're gonna pay to troll me and talk smack to me, then I'll take your money and block you, and get a good laugh at your expense and move forward. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Says respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Yeah, we got 4 thumbs up, 6 in the box. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm going to start this show originally at 12, but I told my lady, hey, Lewis Fuller, how you doing? Great to see you here. Moderators will always be able to chat for free and members-only chats. So, and speaking of which, you know, my lady's been asking me, well, how come you haven't moderated certain people that have been coming around for a while? And I said, baby, a lot of people will mod everyone. And that happens typically in drama groups, so other people don't ban each other, right? And the drama groups like to give everyone a mod wrench because they want everyone to feel special. They want everyone to buy into them and donate. And so if they give one person a mod wrench, they have to give them all a mod wrench so they don't ban each other, right? That devalues the mod wrench. Plus, you know, when you do members only stuff, members only chats, the mod wrench allows you to bypass that for free. So these channels could never run members only chats and make money doing it because they've given everyone a mod wrench. So mod wrenches from this point on, and this is how I've always done it typically, will have to be earned. The average consumer will not get a mod wrench. The people I mod are collaborative partners, people that have something of value to bring to my content, and I have something of value to bring to theirs, right? We're working at a business level, right? I'm just not going to mod people that keep coming around my chat and just contribute to the conversation. You have to be a mod, you have to have something more to bring to the table from a business perspective. And that's one thing I've been trying to explain to my lady. And I think she's finally learning the ropes. She's actually learned the ropes pretty quickly for being a new YouTuber. She's only been a YouTuber for about 2+ months, maybe a little less than 3 months. Now, she's been on YouTube for a while, but she's never created content on YouTube. So, but I will say, for the short amount of time that she's been on here, and because of my experiences and her and I talking daily, whether we're together or on the phone, she's learned a lot. And she's learned how to protect herself, and she's learned how to deal with the court of public opinion. And I got to say, I'm really proud of you, babe. And you're a phenomenal speaker. You know, you and I have great banter when we're live on the air, and we're just raw and real with people. You and I could talk all day, every day. And like my lady always says, we literally fill each other's, or we literally end each other's sentences. We already know what we're going to say because we're like 2 peas in a pod. As stupid as that sounds, we're like 2 peas in a pod. I know that sounds really, really corny, baby, but you know, when the man and the woman love each other, you can get away with the corny shit. It's when the woman, like, if a guy's corny and the woman's not really into him, that's when the corny shit doesn't work. When you truly love each other, you can get away with anything, pretty much. Well, almost anything. Not everything, but almost anything. Like the corny shit, you can get away with. I'm feeling great. I'm moving along at a pretty quick pace. All right. We got 8 in the box, 5 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out on your community tabs, whether you're here live or on the replay. Please also share it on social media. Share it anywhere where you have friends or an audience of people that you feel would gain value and benefit from my content. I mean, I can help anyone. My lady and I can help anyone. But some people just aren't open to the help. If you have a good group of people that are good people and they're open to suggestions and change, and they're ready to better their lives, better than their lives already are, please make them aware of myself here and my lady both of our channels, Coach Eli, Elias Melas' channel here, and Coach Eli 2, uncensored live streams. All right. Let's get right to it. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. Live from the San Francisco Bay Trail in Redwood City, California, where it is a perfect, baby, it's a perfect 70 degrees. And Highway 101 here in Redwood City is moving smoothly. They're almost done with the work putting in the new express lanes, and they've also put in brand new overhead LED lights that are going to light up the freeway at night. LED is the way to go, folks. I use LED lights in my studio that shine on me so you can see me. Yeah, I know. I was gonna say that. It's episode 330. Thank you, baby. This is episode number 330. And I got the topic. I got that. Thank you. What a great I was gonna say what a lovely assistant she is, but she's my partner. Wow, that's nice weather. It is, Lewis. It is. Thank you. Yes, good to see you, says Lewis. Great to see you too, brother. But LED is the way to go because yeah, like I said, in the studio, I have a green screen, so I have two photographer's lights lighting up my green screen, and but the two lights that are shining on me, one directly and one to fill the side shadows, one to shine on me directly and one to fill the side shadows, those are LED lights, and those LED lights last 50,000 hours. I'm like literally gonna have those lights for over 10 years before they even just stop working. Now the only thing you have to worry about is you know, your power adapters. You know, sometimes power adapters will go out, so I have backup power adapters, but the actual lights themselves will last 50,000 hours. So it's a great thing that they've put LED lights. Let me see if I can zoom in and show you folks, okay? I don't know if you can, you see that right there? Actually, not right there. Where am I at? You see those white poles right there in the middle? And if you go down right there, top middle, right? I'll be right back. Typically when I do that, it ruins my video. I'll be right back. All right, we're back live. Can you see me and hear me clearly? I want to make sure the video's back. So I was just showing you the LED lights they've installed on Highway 101, and they're doing that all over the Bay Area. They've been adding like express lanes using fast track. So you pay to bypass traffic, and the greater the traffic, the higher the cost. I mean, sometimes it can even cost you $10 to go just like 3 to 5 miles in the express lane, or even 2 miles. Oh man. Now you can still use the express lane as a carpool lane, but I believe now in most parts of the Bay Area, carpools are 3 or more people, not just 2 or more people. And then you have to have this special transponder. We have fast track. You folks back east have Easy Pass. Easy Pass is the same thing as fast track. We just call it fast track out here in California. And if you want to use the diamond lane, you have to get this thing called Fast Track Flex, because the actual standard unit only collects tolls that are non-carpool. And so the Fast Track Flex, I'm gonna probably have to get one because sometimes I do have 2 or 3. Some areas are still 2 or more people. Some are 3 or more for carpool. You have to have that Fast Track Flex, and then you have to put the dial carpool 2, carpool 3, so that way the transponder can read it properly. And so in some areas where 3 or more people are needed for a carpool, they'll give you a discount if you have 2 people. They'll give you like half price, you know, in the carpool lane or bridge toll. It used to be, I think back in the days, it used to be if you had a carpool, 2 or more people, you got to cross the bridge for free. Hasn't been like that in a while. But you do get a discount, like half off. I guess that's still okay, right? So anyway, this is episode number 330, and the topic today is working on becoming a better person is a never-ending process. One more time. Working on becoming a better person is a never-ending process. I think the best way, or I feel the best way I can start off to explain this is by using myself as an example. And one of the best examples I could use is what just happened the other day that I mentioned at the beginning of this show. My lady had sent me this article on trauma dumping. I didn't even know what the hell it was. I've never heard of trauma dumping. And after I read it, I'm like, oh shit, I've been doing this to my woman and other people unknowingly. When I thought I was doing the right thing and my intentions were to do the right thing, I didn't realize how I was coming off to these people and making the matter worse when I thought I was making it better. And then when they would react to me after I'd put in all the effort to help them try to get better, especially with my lady, and they would come back at me, it would just drain me. I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong? This article allowed me to learn what I was doing wrong. So I'm a coach. I'm 48 and a half years old. I have 48 and a half years of experience, of life experience. I have lots of dating experience, lots of business experience, you know, in the corporate world, working for myself. I have all this experience, right? And sometimes when we have all this experience, we feel we know it all. We feel that, you know, there's nothing that we don't know, and you know, we've learned everything, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. Even to a coach like me and other coaches out here on YouTube or wherever they run their business, right? Even to psychologists, doctors, nurses, lawyers, every person learns something new each and every day. That doesn't mean you're not qualified to do your work. It means you learn something new every day. And keep this in mind. This is what will make you become a better person. This is what will make you, you know, humble and attract people more to you. The best teachers on the planet are also students. The best teachers on the planet are also students. They're lifetime students. Even to people that are teaching and have lots of experience, we're also learning and open to learning something new, or maybe getting better at something we're already good at each and every day. And it takes a strong person, a humble person, to understand this, an emotionally stable person and emotionally aware person to understand that, hey, I know a lot about what I do, but hey, sometimes, you know, I may have thought I knew something as best as possible, but somebody teaches me some new information where I learn more about it and learn how to handle that aspect better. And that doesn't mean I made an intentional, that doesn't mean I made a mistake necessarily, or at least intentionally. It means I learned a better way to approach that same situation. Or maybe I was approaching it the wrong way, and maybe what I thought was right and what I thought I was taught about that particular aspect was the best way to do it. But because of new information, I now feel otherwise. I feel better informed. I feel better educated on it, right? And again, If you're a teacher, life coaches, we're practically a form of teaching, right? If you're a teacher in any genre and you're not also constantly a student learning new things and bettering yourselves, then you're not really a good teacher. A good teacher is going to always be open to learning new things, brushing up on their skills, soaking up information each and every day like a sponge, even from other people that do the same thing, right? See, I don't look at people as competitors. I was talking to my lady last night, and here's an interesting story, right? My lady went to darts last night, and she called me after darts, or I called her after darts. She wanted to talk. We talked for 2 hours. Shit, we can talk. We could have done a show during that time, baby, but that's all right. We had personal things to talk about, right? My lady went to darts, and when I got on the phone with her, she said, I got my ass kicked at darts. We got to go practice more. We got to brush up more. We got to go out and do, more. We got to throw more darts more often, right? But she also mentioned something else, right? That same guy that was there a few weeks ago at the that was really interesting. There was a older lady that came up right alongside me. She's jogging at the slowest jogging pace, so it kind of freaked me out, her coming. That's all right. And she wasn't all the way over to the left, so I was like, oh man, that took me by surprise. Anyway, I saw that same guy was there. That was talking shit to her several weeks ago, and it really upset her. And she was calling me, back in those days a few weeks ago, or texting me, and I was telling her, just ignore the guy. He just wants a reaction. So she goes, the same guy was there, and he was trying to get to me again, and I just completely ignored him. And so then I asked her, well, what happened after you completely ignored him? Let me guess, he stopped, right? Yeah, he stopped. Well, he stopped because he started to realize that his stupid shit no longer affects you or works on you, and you're a much stronger person than he thought you were. And now he's actually probably starting to respect you, right? And I know you don't care about whether that guy respects you or not. That's not the point. The point of the matter is that when you are strong within yourself and you respect yourself and you don't let stupid shit get to you, the people that were trying to get to you, they initially will try harder, and if you don't let them get to you, they give up, and then they're like, shit, wow, what happened to her? She's a completely different person. Well, sir, she's been learning the Coach Eli method of coaching. And she's been learning to become a stronger person, and she's also learned to identify why people like you try to come at her. It's not because you're better than her or you hate her. It's because you hate yourself and you're bored and miserable. So you want to try to kick her down to your level so you can make your pathetic self feel better, right? At her expense, right? So since she's understood that, you don't get to her anymore. So then you give up. Then you just say, okay, fuck it, Can't get to her anymore. And I'm like, good job, right? That's another example there of working on becoming a better person is a never-ending process. My lady became the better person. My lady used to feed into that shit, just like I used to feed into YouTube drama or other drama in my real life, right? And most people at a normal human biological level, whether you're a man or a woman, whenever you're attacked for any reason, you naturally feel the desire to defend yourselves, right? But honestly, is defending yourself really worth it? Or is it better to just ignore and walk away? You see, in my real life, I used to feed into it all the time. And then friendships would end. We'd walk away, whatever, right? And in real life, sometimes, I may be more prone to respond to someone than on YouTube, because here's what social media has taught me. On social media, there are people that are creating fake instigated drama just to get your attention for views, subscribers, and donations, right? So it's not worth even responding. Okay? And if you know what the person is saying isn't true, why is it bothering you in the first place? It shouldn't bother you at all, right? Typically, when people react or overreact, it's because what people are saying is true about them, right? They get triggered, right? But sometimes some people react because, what people are saying about them isn't true, and they just want them to stop and be left alone, and what have I done to you, right? Well, on YouTube, for many, many drama creators, it's their way of creating content. It's their way of entertaining their audience, and that's just what they do, right? And it's not easy to learn how to deal with that. Just like it wasn't easy for my lady to walk away from this guy and learn how to deal with those situations. But I will tell you this, baby. My experience on YouTube and your experience on YouTube dealing with these people digitally has also helped us better handle these situations in real life. Tell me if that makes sense. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hasn't your experiences on YouTube and what you went through with all these people coming at you, putting out your stuff publicly and all that stuff, right? Stuff that was in private, they publicly put it out there, trying to get to you, to get to me, because they couldn't get to me and they still can't get to me, right? So we let that all go, we ignored, we moved on. And not only has that made us both stronger online, but it's made us also stronger in dealing with similar people in the real world, right? Lewis says, it's 104 in Texas. Damn, that's hot. Too hot for me, says respectfully, maturely, and professionally. And they have that here in Texas. The LEDs are more energy efficient than old ones. Well, LEDs are a global thing now, Lewis. They are very efficient and they're brighter too. LEDs are brighter. They use less energy and they last longer. Yeah, no, I love LED lights. That's why I spent $100 or $120 on 2 LED lights to shine on me in the studio. That's why my lighting is so good. My picture's so clear. What a lot of people don't realize is that when it comes to video, especially shooting video indoors, lighting is very, very important. It's very, very important, right? So you got to have good lighting to, shine on your face, and then one straight on and then one filling in the side shadows, because you're going to have shadows on one side. The front light's going to cover your face and one side, and then the other side you have the other light to fill in the side shadow, right? I've learned a lot about audio and video and all that stuff since I've been a YouTuber. I mean, I'm an expert at this stuff. If you folks need help, I'd be happy to help you. Just go to my website, coacheliasmelas.com, and select the coaching package that works for you. I have half-an-hour packages for $49 for a phone coaching session and 1 hour for $79. And those rates will be going up soon as the demand gets higher. So right now is the cheapest time to do it. I can help you with many, many things. And with the exception of moderators, current moderators, anyone that needs YouTube help, it's now become a part of my coaching services. You will have to pay for a coaching package unless you're grandfathered in as a moderator already. Lewis Fuller, Queen Helen Casey, and the rest of the mods right now, you are exempt from that. I'm going to reset the chat. I'll be right back. All right, we are back live. We are back live. I got a message from my lady behind the scenes regarding an article that is very, very interesting. Baby, I'm going to do that tomorrow. Maybe in the morning before my walk. Maybe. Yeah, well, I'll figure it out. Because I know you're going to be with me, but you're leaving right after that phone call tomorrow and heading back home. My lady found an article that new study finds coaching is on par with therapy. Now, baby, let me ask you this. Let me see if you put anything else in the chat there. No, not yet. If you're still around, baby, let me ask you this. Last night we were talking, and my lady was thinking about going back to school and getting a psychology degree on top of her nursing degree, right? And I'm like, whatever you want to do, babe, but do you really need that? Do you really need to spend the time and money to do it for the designation? You're a smart woman. And nowadays, with the internet, you don't need a designation to show people how smart you are, right? Well, there's somebody coming. All of a sudden, they're running pretty quick, so I'm going to head on down so I can let them come up here and enjoy the observation deck. But I was telling my lady, I'm like, hey, I'm not going to stop you from doing what you're doing, but if you're going to pay for the schooling and put in the time and effort, I'm sorry, I can't help you financially with any of that. That's going to be all on your own. Maybe get help from your family, or maybe get a loan, or some schools will some schools have government programs where the government will fund you, and then it gets put into forbearance until, you get your job and start making money, right? But I even told my lady, I'm like, is it even worth it? And she just sends me this article saying that new study finds coaching is on par with therapy. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Coaching is therapy. There is an aspect of therapy when it comes to coaching. So what is the difference between what requires a psychology degree, in my opinion, and what can you do in the unregulated field of life coaching, right? Well, the main difference is that you cannot prescribe medication, okay? And when you're coaching someone, coaching is not about telling people what to do. It's about helping people get what they want, right? Let me repeat that one more time. Coaching is not about telling people what to do. It's helping them get or accomplish what they want. Psychologists tell people what to do, right? Now, I'm not saying that coaches never tell anybody what to do, but we do it a different way. We make suggestions. We say, hey, you know what? Sounds like to me that you experienced a lot of traumatic experiences growing up. And, the help you need, in my opinion, is far greater than what I can offer. If you're that traumatized and you're suffering from depression or anxiety, you need to go see a doctor, go see your primary care physician. They may also refer you to a therapist, and they'll prescribe you medication to get it under control. And see, what coaches can do is recognize that. Like a coach can be your first step, your cheaper avenue to figuring out what's holding you back from having what you want or getting to where you need to get to or want to get to, right? But if it involves medicine and stuff like that, we will refer you off to that right person. But in many cases, it's all about just positive reinforcement. It's about just having someone to talk to that's down to earth, that's going to, give you emotional support. Okay, I told my lady last night, I said that coaches, what a lot of times what we do is we give you emotional support, but we also give you tough love so you can address the underlying issue and become a stronger person. Okay, let me go ahead and go now, because there was another woman that was walking the trail, and she's probably going to go up to the observation deck. Well, she's nowhere near it. She's walking at a slower pace than I am. But I wanted to try and keep her off camera. I try to respect people as much as possible out here. So it's a very interesting article, babe. It's a very interesting article. And I will add this before we get back to the topic here today. I've heard Coach Corey Wayne say this many times. Coach Corey Wayne has coached many psychologists that don't understand certain aspects of the modern dating world, right? Just because, just because you go to school and you get a psychology degree and you read a book and it tells you about mental disorders and emotional disorders and emotionally unstable stuff, right? Just because you learned that from a book, what kind of personal experience do you have in the real world to understand human nature, right? But in my opinion, this is just an opinion, because I don't have a psychology degree. In my opinion, a lot of psychology involves understanding how shit happens in the real world, not from some textbook you read or now digital book you read to get a psychology degree, right? And I think what's happening here, this is what I try to explain to my lady. Again, no problem. You want to go and get a degree? Go for it, right? I'm not going to stop you, but what I'm saying is that what's happening in this modern world is that coaches are being more sought out for help over therapists, because what most people really need doesn't require a psychologist or psychiatrist. It requires just somebody willing to listen to them, give them emotional support, and uplift them, and teach them how to love themselves, right? And in most cases, hiring a coach is going to be far cheaper than paying for a psychologist. Now, some insurance plans will cover psychology, right? But still, you're going to have some out-of-pocket expense, right? And quite honestly, when it comes to psychologists, in my opinion, and coaches, typically people become a coach because they really, really love what they do. And they're self-made, they're self-proclaimed coaches. So they're really invested in themselves, with personal development, and they have a lot of experience, and they're going to be a better fit to help you and relate to you. They're going to relate to you more. If you've ever been to a psychologist, like I've been to a psychologist in my younger days, and that guy couldn't relate to anything that I was going through, right? When I work with people in any capacity, I'm looking to see at what level do we relate to each other. And here's the thing, part of coaching is finding the right coach that you can relate to, that's the right fit for you. Not every coach is going to be the right fit for you. I may not be the right coach for half the people in the world, but I may be the right coach for the other half, right? And that's why I do so many videos each and every day and live streams each and every day, because I'm giving you folks an opportunity to see the kind of person I am. What you see right here, on these live streams. And what you hear on these live streams is exactly what you would get in a phone coaching conversation with me, or consultation, or call, because this is who I am. I'm no different. This is exactly what you would get. So yeah, Coach Corey Wayne coaches other therapists. And therapists, they go to college for so many years, get into debt, right? They get this designation, and then they get a license, right? And now they're in debt. Now they're working to pay off their debt. Now they have this fancy office, and nowadays, a lot of them are doing it from home through video. I don't know exactly what the regulations are, but a lot of them are doing it that way. But it's a lot simpler to become a coach, and coaches become coaches for the fact of having experienced all those aspects in life and wanting to help people based on their experiences. A lot of psychologists, went to college because that's what they were told to do. You have to go to college, get a degree. Okay, I'm going to get a psychology degree. Okay, now I have a psychology degree. I don't know if I'm really into this shit, but I got a degree. I got to do something with it, right? And a lot of them are not good because they really don't want to do that field. They're doing it because they were forced to go to college by their family or whoever, right? They got this designation, right? They got a degree, and now they're in debt. Now they got to work the field that they're really not into, or only semi into, right? So that's what you're going to get. A lot of times with psychologists, I'm not saying they're not qualified or aren't good at what they do, but you gotta ask, yourself, do they really love what they do? Are they really doing this because they enjoy personal development? They enjoy helping people beyond the money, beyond the designation, right? Beyond the degree, right? Beyond the status, right? Hey, Rosie, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Same with therapist or psychologist. My lady says you're welcome. Share more, baby. So what are your thoughts about that? Because I'm thinking maybe tomorrow night at some point on Coach Eli 2, we will do this. Because tomorrow morning you're going to be with me. And so, and then we got a plan for our day trip where I'm going to be coming down to pick you up on Friday. So, I mean, we've got a lot going on. Like, my lady and I have a lot going on right now. And we've been going back and forth from each other's places. And we live a little over an hour away from each other. We've been creating content. We've been dealing with our families. It's not a bad thing. It's been a good thing. And taking care of other aspects that we'll discuss another time. Some things we just can't talk about right now. Meaning you have to find the right one. That's correct, babe. That's correct. And here's the thing. There are more life coaches creating YouTube videos and running YouTube channels than therapists. Every single therapist out there that's a therapist should have a YouTube channel, but most of them don't, right? And the ones that do have YouTube channels very rarely post anything, right? Now, don't get me wrong. There are a handful of therapists out here on YouTube that regularly post. And I respect them, right? And those are the ones that are going to get the business. Those are the ones that understand that, hey, in order to build value and get people to trust me to use my services, I got to give away a lot of my information for free, right? That's what I do. I give away my content for free out here on YouTube, right? Sure, I get some ad revenue, every now and then, and I'll get more when the views go up. But you give away your content for free because you want to give people an idea of what it would be like to work with you personally if they used your services. And here's the thing, everyone's situation is unique. Everyone's situation is unique. Now there are some common things. There's commonality between every issue. But the solution or the game plan or the strategy for each individual is going to be different. And it's going to be different based on where they're at in their life. How much experience do they have? And see, I can ask people a few questions and figure out very quickly how life experienced they are, and start addressing the issue and further helping them address and correct the issue without having to revisit things they've already figured out, right? But again, a lot of therapists out here, they don't have YouTube channels. Some do, but most of them don't, right? And most of them don't do it because they think that, okay, well, if we put out all of our stuff, then we're devaluing our business. No, that's not the way it works nowadays. The way it works nowadays is you got to put out content every damn day, or you're no longer relevant. You got to allow people to see your face, hear your voice, feel your passion, feel your desire to truly help them, right? That's what I do. I come out here each and every day and do a walk. Every now and then I'll take a few days off because, if my lady comes around and we have things to do, or let's say we're doing a walk together, I'm not going to put her on camera yet for obvious reasons. I don't want to expose her yet. We'll do that at some point down the road when it makes sense to do so. But I come out practically almost every day and create new content and show people that I'm here and I will be here for you. And so will my lady. We are here to help you. And this is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get if you reach out to us. And you will get a customized, tailored version of what you see here on my channel, or my channels, including Coach Eli 2, that works for you. That's a beautiful plane coming. Oh, yeah. I think you can see that. That plane is gliding slowly and smoothly. Now, that woman that passed me on the other side is now catching up on this side. I'm going to see how far ahead I can stay of her. This will be the sciatica test. Am I actually moving faster? We are at 58 minutes. Five in the box, 5 thumbs up. Thank you so much. So we're talking about working on becoming a better person is a never-ending process. And it never ends. And, babe, like you were saying last night, you want to further your education. You want to further your knowledge, right? And I'm all for that. Okay? Because the process of learning never ends no matter how good you already are, right? But my thoughts about how to learn nowadays is different than what it used to be. You see, and a lot of people, who knows, a lot of people may agree with me and some may disagree. You see, going to school and getting a degree and doing all that has become incredibly costly nowadays. It's always been a business, but it's become more of a business-oriented thing than helping people get into their careers. And that's why, baby, you went online and you signed up for some stuff, and now you've got all these headhunters, trying to reach out to you to sell you a tuition or some kind of package, right? And it's basically people at home in their living room in their underwear that are getting paid commission for every time they sign someone up, right? And sell you something, right? I'm all for education and learning, but here's the thing, folks. Baby, let me ask you a question. In the modern world, baby, in the modern world, what do you think is the single best resource of knowledge and information to learn more? Let me see if you can get this. In the modern world, I'll tell you what I think it is and what I know it is, and what it's been for me. In the modern world, what is the single best piece or place to get information and learn from? And it comes in at the incredibly low price of $0 and 0 cents, absolutely free. I'll give you a clue. The internet. Yes, you're right. But I was going to go one step further and specifically say Google.com. Google.com. And you use Google, baby. Google.com. Now, don't get me wrong. I have an education, right? I went to private school my entire life. But you want to know what's educated me more in the last 20 to 25 years than any in-school education I've had? It's Google.com. And it just happens to be that Google owns this damn company. Well, I don't want to be rude. I love YouTube. Google owns this company I'm on right now, YouTube. It's owned by Google. Google.com is the best freaking resource for information. There's nothing you can't find on Google. Heck, they even prioritize YouTube videos. Why? Because they own the damn company. I don't blame them. But folks, let me tell you something. Between Google.com and YouTube.com, those are the two greatest resources we've ever had, and they're absolutely free. And they make money due to ad revenue. If you don't have YouTube Premium like I do, you watch an ad before you watch a video, right? I've learned so much from YouTube and Google. How to repair laptops, right? How to repair a toilet, right? How to do this, how to do that, right? I found many great articles to learn more things about my coaching business and what I talk about and what I do. I think I'm going to stop at this bench over here and wait for that lady to pass me. I hate having people behind me. And I keep stopping so she's gaining on me, and it's like when somebody is a little bit behind me and they're slowly gaining on me, I'll take a bench and let them pass. I like having a clear path. And where did I learn how to better deal with my lady and other people regarding trauma? Well, my lady found that article regarding trauma dumping on Google.com. The search engine found the blog site of that topic. And now I understand it. Did I need a therapist to understand that? No. Did I need a degree to understand that? No. All I needed was a link. Google.com. See, that's the point I'm trying to make here, right? And I'm not trying to discourage people from getting degrees or certifications that are required for certain jobs. But what I try to tell my lady is that what you and I do here doesn't require you to do anything besides what you're already doing. And the way that, you're going to build value and we're going to both gain a bigger following to be able to serve more people is by just keeping on doing what we're already doing. Folks, let me reset the chat and I'll be right back. All right, we're back live. We are back live. Little break here. Letting that lady get a little bit of a distance from me because she's walking at slightly a little bit of a slower pace than me, or maybe at the exact pace. All right, let's start heading on back because there's a lot to do today. There's a lot to do today. Give me a second here. So becoming a better person. Becoming a better person is going to involve you being immersed in learning stuff each and every day. Becoming a better person involves you being humble, being full of humility, and being open to learning anything from anyone. Even sometimes clients can teach you something, right? Now, it may be a little embarrassing when you're talking with a client and they know something better than you do. And that actually doesn't embarrass me. It actually makes me feel great that they know something better than I do or that I don't know, right? And I'll thank them and I'll say, hey, man, I just learned something from you. And what that's telling me is that you've got it. You've got a better grip on yourself and your life than you think you do. You just showed it to me, man, and I appreciate that, right? Whereas, let's say if it was another man in that situation, some other men in my field would feel like if their client knew something more than them, they would feel like their client was showing them up and they would offend them, right? That's not a good coach. A good coach is going to be humble and is always going to be a student at the same time, right? And is open to learning from anyone and everyone. Family, friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, right? Other people in the same industry, right? And even clients too. Actually, learning from your clients is one of the best ways to learn because, everybody is different. And different generations handle things differently. And I'll tell you this. I mean, here's something that I've talked a lot about. Maybe more so in a negative way, but I will say this in a positive way. Even though I've talked a lot of smack about millennials from what I've seen out here on YouTube, because of what I've seen out here on YouTube regarding millennials, and even in the real world, now with my lady's daughter and other people, right? Other millennials, it's really, really taught me to better understand what they need, which is completely different than what my generation needs and is used to, right? So I know how to better approach millennials and people from other generations. And had I not done what I did in the past, here's the thing. Had I not gotten involved with people that I got involved with in the past that I wish I never gotten involved with, I would have never learned this. So even getting involved with the wrong people for a while taught me how to deal with those people, and they were from all different generations. I will say this, it's been a fascinating experience. It's been a rough one, and I never want to go through it again. And I've learned how to handle and prevent from going through it again, but it was one of the biggest and best learning experiences I've ever encountered in my life. And I have all that knowledge now to share with each and every one of you. Regardless of the generation you're a part of, I can help you, and so can my lady. My lady's daughter is a millennial. My lady's son is a Gen Zer. We've got the knowledge, the expertise, the experience to help you folks. I feel really good today. I've been getting my walks in every day. I feel my ass is getting tighter. My ass has always been pretty tight for the most part, but I feel my stomach's getting a little tighter too. I've been really trying to work on my stomach. If I can get a six-pack at age 48, like, you know, I'm not concerned about the fact that my woman would love that. I mean, she's happy the way I am, but like, that would be impressive to myself. If I can get a six-pack at age 48. I don't know. I've been trying to do that for the last 5-6 years in my 40s. It's just not easy. It requires an incredible amount of discipline, eating and working out. Like, I get enough exercise in, but still some of my food options, I need to eat cleaner than I already am. And it's just, it's just not going to happen right now. Excuse me. Man, worst allergy season ever. Look at how beautiful that little pond of water is over there. There's got to be some dam over by the actual part of the SF Bay that you can open and close to let water come into the wetlands, because sometimes it's dry and sometimes it's not. And right now, there's a good amount of water in the wetlands. It's coming from the SF Bay, but it's probably, controlled. Because what I'm standing on right now, used to be a part of the SF Bay. It used to be filled with water like 30, 40 years ago. And the water would go right alongside Highway 101, US 101. And that's why they call it the Bayshore Freeway. They call it the Bayshore Freeway because the water used to go right alongside the freeway, but now they've controlled it, and this is more so called the wetlands, and I believe they have like a dam that controls the water from coming into the wetlands from the actual SF Bay. And a lot of the, the areas that used to have water that would go right along the peninsula of Highway 101, they're now landfill, and there are homes there and businesses and, and stuff like that. Give me a second here, some people coming. But it's interesting as you drive towards San Francisco on Highway 101. All right, we're back live. We are back live. We're at 74 minutes, almost 75 minutes. That's an hour and 15 minutes. Man, we've been really blitzing through these walks lately. That's really good. Like I was saying, the Niners moved to Santa Clara years ago in a nice new stadium, and the Giants many years ago moved to China Basin near the Embarcadero with their new stadium. But, you know, where Candlestick Park used to be, right by the Candlestick Point exit, which they used to call it the Candlestick Park exit, but it's back to being Candlestick Point because the park's not there anymore. The water still goes right alongside the freeway. So if you're ever out in the Bay Area and you travel right by Candlestick Point, as you're going towards San Francisco, you're in South San Francisco, which is the city before San Francisco, and then you hit San Francisco, you're right alongside the water. Well, that's how it used to be all the way down the peninsula until, you know, they closed it off and started, you know, landfilling it and controlling the water, and now the water doesn't go right alongside most of Highway 101 anymore. But that's why they call it the Bayshore Freeway, because it used to run right along, the water used to run right alongside Highway 101. Folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in just about, 10 minutes or less. Where are the thumbs up, guys? Well, they'll be coming, baby. No worries. No worries. All right, once again, get your questions, comments, concerns in the chat. We'll be going off the air very, very soon. Folks, in life, the best way to live life, and let me tell you, I used to not understand this. I used to not understand this until my early 40s. When I was under 40, 39 and under, I didn't understand this. When I started to understand this is what changed my life. Is that some of the best people, some of the best leaders, some of the best teachers are also followers and students, right? Some of the best leaders are also followers of other leaders, right? Now, let me make it very clear. We are followers. Leaders are followers of other leaders, other like-minded leaders. We are not followers of followers, okay? Let me get it straight. A good leader is a follower of other good leaders, quality people, right? You are who you associate with, right? Followers that follow followers are not getting anywhere because you're all trying to figure shit out and no one has the capability of leading you to success, right? I call the drama sphere groups of YouTube a bunch of followers because none of them are leaders. They're all just, stuck in a world of shit, right? Because they feel that there's nothing they can do to better themselves, right? Or to get ahead, in a better way, right? And that's because they don't look at themselves as a leader or leaders. These people look at themselves as followers, right? They're just following whatever drama trend they can capture and sell to their audience, right? And like I've always said, it's pretty pathetic. I got some people coming. There's a dude coming with his baby. Just give me a second here, folks. I used to feel that following other leaders was devaluing me from being good enough, or being a good enough leader, or being good at what I do. It was the wrong way to look at it. You have to look at every single person, good, bad, or indifferent, that you encounter in life as a lesson learned. Every single person you encounter in your life, whether they're a good person, a bad person, or kind of in the middle and you're indifferent about them, you can learn something from them. What can you learn from a person you perceive to be a bad person or a bad influence on you? You can learn what not to do from people that do shit that you shouldn't do or they shouldn't do, right? What can you learn from good people like me? You can learn how to focus your energy in a more positive way and focus less time to no time at all on bad people. Learn to identify bad people and bad things and shift your focus away from them. You can learn something from everyone. Be open to it. I understand why a lot of people aren't open to my help, or at least a lot of the people I've encountered so far. But they've been the wrong audience, right? But in general, I understand why it's hard for people, right? It's hard because a lot of people are stuck in their own ways, and they feel that if they have to learn from somebody else doing the same thing as them, is belittling them or devaluing them. No, it's actually raising your value. Every person I walk by on the hiking trail, every person I drive by, everything that happens in my life is a learning experience. 6 thumbs up on my end. Get your questions, comments, concerns in the chat, folks. I'm going to be checking the chat one more time before I go off the air in a few minutes. Then I'm going to head home and figure out what the next piece of content to do is and when to do it. All I'm going to say is this. Make sure you're subscribed to my other channel, Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams. Nightbot's been sharing the link every 7 minutes, or just go to youtube.com/Coach Eli Uncensored, because there's going to be a lot of content coming on that channel very, very soon, sooner than you think. And it's just going to happen at the moment I go live by myself or my lady and I go live. We're just going live at a moment's notice because we've got a lot going on and we don't want to schedule something and be late. And if you can't be there live, you can always catch the replay. 7, I refreshed the chat. Thank you, Lewis. Still shows 6 on my end, but that's all good. Not a big deal. All right, I'm going to reset the chat, and I will be back in just a minute to shut it down. You're very welcome, says Lewis. All right, want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you to Lewis Fuller for being here. Thank you to my lady, respectfully, maturely, and professionally, for being here. Remember, this is a members-only chat now, with the exception of moderators are free, a minimum of $2.99 per month. Anyone without a mod wrench can chat. If not, you can just enjoy the show for free or wait to comment on the replay. With that being said, have yourselves a great day. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.